Tonight's show is what I'm gonna go over with you about is pretty much what is a curse? How does a curse manifest? See, we turn curses into this supernatural thing, but even what you call a curse has to have some sort of order or has to have some sort of law. Now, if you were to stop thinking and you were to just look at yourself as energy and you were to study all things, you would quickly realize that you are connected not only to the planet, but every bird, every tree, every part of the energy that is all encompassing that we call nature. Once you start studying nature and you see nature in all things, you realize that all energy comes from the planet. And since it comes from the same source, there has to be a pattern or the same energies being used in different forms. These are your loas or your orishas. So if you were to go out to nature and start studying the feminine current, you would quickly start to notice that basically there's already laws for reproduction. There's already laws for the way the feminine energy works. And this energy doesn't belong to you, it belongs to the planet, so it permeates into all things. So since there's already laws for the way your heart beats, there's already laws for the way that relationships or friendships are going to need to be in order to work, because the energy doesn't come from us. This is how you curse yourself. Or if you understand the laws or the energy in nature, this is how you learn to curse other people. Still kind of confused? Here's an old video I did, and I'll give you a quick breakdown of human thought, and then there's an act of nature. Like, I could think what I want about getting a woman pregnant, but there's already a law. Or like the penis has to go like this, the vagina has to go like this, and that would be the act of nature. This is how our health is. Like, I can think what I want, but my heart has to work on this frequency. So those thought patterns, those emotions or energy currents which come from the planet will influence you to act in a desired way, which can go against your nature. Let's say you grew up in a household where you always had to fight people and you're constantly got to let people know you're not to be played with. See, that might become a nature to you. And then next thing you know, you might go out into the world and think that's the only way to act around people. You go out to a gas station or something, you try to pick a fight with the wrong person, boom, 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 he blows your fucking head off. Now your mama gonna come to me, son of a goose, she gonna say, my baby ain't never did nothing. He ain't never did no wrong. And then my little I was gonna say, wait a minute, I see something going on with the masculinity. I see something going on where he was being picked on that wasn't being addressed in that house. So in a nutshell, that's how you curse yourself. So if your energy is just unbalanced because you don't understand your own nature, then you can curse your own self. Or if somebody knows the rules of certain spirits or the way certain energies work in nature, they can find a focal point and send it out at you to cause certain reactions or certain things to happen to you in nature. So just like all things, or as far as energy is concerned, curses will always find the least route of opposition. So what does this mean? If you already have problems with the feminine energy and somebody sends a feminine sort of spirit or a loa or risha at you, it could wreak havoc on your life and it could definitely cause damage to you. Or let's say somebody sends the spirit of death. You fear death. You don't have a solid understanding of death, and you don't know the laws what rule over death because you haven't studied anything spiritually, then yes, it can harm you. So it's not about good or bad. It's just about who possesses the greater force or the greater understanding of that spirit. And this is why I'm very skilled at dealing with clients, especially diagnosing you, telling you flat out if you've been cursed, or if you just don't understand your own energy and you're working against it as far as good habits or bad habits, or if somebody is out there trying to take you out the game because they studied a little bit about nature. So in the end game, a curse is really just when somebody has learned the principles of nature and the spirit of nature, and then they go out and they perform a certain ritual and they use it as a focal point on a certain target to inflict certain